Yo, what's going on, guys? So following on from my last video of the behind the scenes kind of breakdown of that music video, today I'm going to be going through a short lighting breakdown and just more of a cinematography breakdown of the music video. So just going to be talking about 3 different setups because a lot of the stuff was relatively the same or it was just natural sunlight. So I want to go through 3 setups and yeah, enjoy. Opening scenes here we're going to start with. So these are the 3 opening scenes. You have the boy just lying down, drawing on the piece of card. They're all lit the exact same way. We didn't really move the lighting too much other than for maybe this scene, just kind of massaged it a little bit just so there was a nicer roll off. But yeah, overall the light is the exact same across these 3 setups. So I'm going to break down this one as it's probably the easiest just to see all of the different lights. So starting with the key light, we have the nanlite Forza 300 coming down as the key light here, going through a just a piece of diffusion. I don't think it was a softbox. It was another piece of diffusion as we're using the softbox outside. We have a power tube over here, giving that kind of blue look here from like a computer or like a neon sign type thing. This was just a lamp that was already inside the room, just that you kind of using it as a practical. Right here is looking a little bit hot. I think that's from the grade, but yeah, that lamp was kind of the practical light. Then the 4th light we used here, there was another lamp over just on the side here, just out of frame, that was actually shining all of this up here, just getting these kind of little details here just to have a little bit something a little bit more interesting. So the wall wasn't completely flat, it wasn't completely just boring, it had a bit more texture to it, it had something else to add to the wall. And then lastly, the light number 6 that we used was outside. So if I just clear this stuff and get rid of that, outside where all this blue stuff is, that was all the Godox SL60W. So how we actually got that, because I didn't have a blue gel or anything, we just dropped the white balance quite low. I think we're shooting at maybe 3200. So the key light was kind of coming off across as a tungsten light, and because this is a 5600 light outside, that made that a very, very blue. So we kind of had that blue moonlight look. And then if we look at a top down diagram of this is exactly how it looks. We have the tube over here kind of shining on the line boy down here. We have the main Forza 300 shooting through diffusion coming here as the main key. That lamp I said, which was shooting onto the wall just to give that kind of texture. The lamp over here, the actual lamp, small lamp, as the key light. And then lastly the Forza, no, not the Forza, the Godox SL60W, which is kind of being used to show that kind of moonlight look to give it here. And yeah, it's the exact same for all of these setup. We've added a couple things in this scene, just to give it a little bit more depth. Some shoes on the floor, kind of a messy little boy, a New York Giants head, just some stuff just to fill out the scene so it wasn't so flat. There was a bit more here, and obviously kind of darkened it out there just so the focus is here on the boy, with that slight kind of top half vignette. But yeah, that was pretty much the first scene. Very, very simple. Obviously using quite a bit of equipment, but that's just something you kind of have to start to invest in over your time in cinematography. It's just a part of it. The more lights you have, the more creative you can get with your lighting setups. And then the other lighting setup that I wanted to break down is this scene over here. So this is when we had the main draft day scene. So there was obviously the tapping, creating the tension, then when they were stressed out, and all of this is lit the same way. So I kind of just chose these 2 stills. Yeah, so the main key light here, again, the Forza 300 shooting here, which was motivated by this window here. You can see it in another part of the video, but I just didn't take the right still. But there's a big window here, which is kind of being used as that motivating light. We have a small little lamp over here just to, again, give something on the background, give a little bit of interest there. And the fill light, we have, again, the Godox SL60W over here, shooting through some CTO just to give it a little bit of a warmer look. So it's not quite an evening, but kind of like maybe 4 or 5 o'clock on a summer's day, so it's still quite bright but not complete daylight. And I think that was all used for this setup. Yeah, it was just the Forza 300 kind of keying them over here and this here, creating the shadows, but the director didn't want it too dark. If it was up to me, I probably would have made this a little bit darker. I kind of like that kind of darker look where you really see the shadows, as opposed to making this lit and then just a little bit darker. I would have preferred to have it, you know, just quite a bit darker on that side of his face. Just having here all a bit darker again on the girl, all a bit darker here. But obviously you got the director has the final say, so that's how we had it there. But again, if we look through a top down of that, so we had the Forza 300 over here, you know, being the main key light on them, which was motivated from this window here. And then we had the Godox SL60W shooting through a CTO and diffusion, which was giving them a kind of fill light on this side of their face. Over here, you can kind of see the kind of orange glow from it compared to the daylight, the white glow, I guess, from this side of the room. But yeah, that's kind of more how the director wanted it, so we rolled with that. And then similar for this here, the Forza was literally just out of frame over here, coming down, giving that, shooting into the shadow side of the shoe. You know, we have the window right here, you can see, even though it's literally a bunch of mush now. But yeah, that's pretty much it. You can see the kind of soft glow, the soft orange glow coming from the Godox with the CTO on it. But other than that, it's literally just shooting the light here with this background here. So it's just that concept of shooting into the shadows, shooting onto the dark side of the image, reverse key, I guess. And the last one I wanted to go over, again, this one I probably would have changed a little bit myself, adding in just something coming here, just a little bit of fill, because I feel she's a little bit dark on this side and he could use a little bit on the edge just to kind of make him pop from the background a little bit more. So could have either used a tube, could have used another light, another lamp, just to kind of shine on them, just to give them a little bit of fill up here. Obviously he's not crushed, you can still see all the detail there on the face, but yeah, would have brightened it up just a little bit. And we can see the window over here, that's obviously the motivation, but we have the nanlite Forza 300 of a softbox shining on them over here, giving them that feel from just behind. Again, this is another one of the lamps that were inside this film set, just to shine something onto the wall, just to give it some sort of depth, some sort of texture, so it wasn't just a boring brick wall. This actually is the wrong still, because in the final thing we did have it where the lamp was hidden behind him, because the lamp didn't really look the tidiest, especially with the cables and stuff. So yeah, probably should have hid it better. And yeah, those are the three main scenes that I wanted to go through in this music video, just to kind of give you a little bit of an in-depth behind the scenes of how we managed to light some of these scenes. Obviously, I'm still learning quite a lot as well, and I've seen some of the mistakes that I've made from these scenes and how we can improve next time, because, you know, we're all on a journey of how we can increase our cinematography skills. So if you have got some value from this video, I'd really appreciate if you could drop a like down below. I mean, I would ask you to subscribe, but I'll leave that option up to you. With that being said, I'm out. Let's catch you in the next one.